Hi, it's Ian from the Postal Hub Podcast.
And Marek from Last Mile Experts.
And we are the Last Mile Prophets. This is the last word on the last mile. Hey everyone, we're going to talk about sort of this confluence, which I'm sure is a real word, Marek, of Marek's favourite topics today. It's out-of-home delivery, it's PUDOs, it's lockers, it's technology. It's all of the above. Marek, before we get stuck into it though, you're sitting next to a special guest today. Would you like to do the introductions, please?
I am indeed. Michał Mierzejewski, who is Vice President Global Sales for Retail Robotics.
We talk so much, Marek, about the customer experience and what it means in terms of residential delivery. We talk about your favourite topic, which is the old secret sauce.
IDM, of course.
IDM. Let's just think about the customer experience when it comes to collecting a parcel from a PUDO. Because what does a customer really want? Well, I'm going to ask you that first of all, and I'm going to tell you if you're right or wrong.
So, to be honest, convenience is the most important single thing. He wants to find the item that he's looking for, pay quickly, get out and get on with his life, wouldn't you say?
Definitely, yes. We want to do it quickly, don't take care of it, just go.
So you've emphasised speed and convenience, and this is, I think, one of the stumbling blocks for some PUDO networks when it comes to dealing with parcels inside the premises, is that it's not their speciality, right?
And Ian, I'll tell you something else, particularly if it's a very small 7-Eleven type outlet where there just isn't the room.
Right, exactly. And storage space is crucial to being able to quickly process these carded parcels, the parcels awaiting collection. You've got to store them quickly and you've got to get them out quickly. Otherwise, you're never going to make money on them. Right? And I hate to reduce it to money, but this is crucial in this discussion, I think, is how quickly you can process it, not just from a customer experience, but from a business perspective as well. Okay, because if you're paying a staff member however many dollars or euros, right, per hour, you don't want them to be spending ages looking for a parcel. Now, Marek, I know you've got a personal experience here you want to share.
I actually timed it. I waited almost 4 minutes to get my parcel. In this particular store, they just had a big carton box. And they were looking, and actually it was in the box. They tried 3 times before they found it. It wasn't really
and
great.
they've lost money on that transaction, right? They've lost money.
To be honest, they lost customer experience as well.
Right, so it's a double loss there, and the staff members tied up doing something, I don't want to say unproductive, but it should have taken a much shorter amount of time, and they could have been dealing with other things in the business. Now, I know this sounds like we're leading up to a really obvious point here. Marek.
Could we be Mr. Kerr?
Well, some people would say that PUDOs and parcel lockers are complementary but not the same thing. And one of the issues that I've personally had with having a parcel locker inside a retail premises is the size that they take up when you've got multiple doors. Right? It's one thing, sticking them inside a supermarket's foyer, perhaps. But in a convenience store, I don't think it makes sense. Right? I just don't think so. Marek?
And that is why we've got Michał here. Because there's something really new, and I've never seen anything quite like it. Imagine that you have a locker, which would normally be, 2 or 3 meters wide and big, but actually all you see is what you'd see in a bank teller machine, just a little window, and that's all the space it takes, isn't it?
Exactly. So the customer interface might be like 3 feet wide, but actually the whole machine is much, much bigger, but the customer cannot see this because we keep the storage area in the corner of the store. So this is actually non-business space for the retailer, which is not used anyhow. So this is the magic that we do behind the scene, behind the interface of a customer.
Pretty interesting, wouldn't you say?
Okay, that's great. Now I'm going to put on my cynical hat here because let's say you're just moving, processing 20 parcels behind the counter, 20 parcels in a robot. I'm straight away thinking about that's costly, and I'm not really making efficient use of all of that. So how is that? You're frowning, Marek.
Yeah, I'm frowning. You know why I'm frowning? Because the reality is, we post-COVID particularly are experiencing huge growth in parcels, and the issue is there just aren't the places to distribute them. And today, the convenience stores basically are not coping. So there needs to be a way to make something more out of a very small amount of space so they can do what they've done up until now, sell food and cigarettes, whatever else, but at the same time, they can also do the parcel business without it impinging too much on core business.
So, Michał, I want you to tell me about the capacity side of this then, because I think this is crucial. If the capacity if you can have the capacity of a massive locker bank in a small footprint, that becomes more attractive to a retailer who's paying per square meter.
Yeah, this is our favorite part that we love to speak about. So in the very small machine, so 90 centimeters wide, you can actually put even 80 parcels. That would be equal to the outdoor machine, which would be wide, I don't know, maybe 3 meters or so.
That's a considerable difference. So how can you ensure that you're going to get a good customer experience out of technology? Because I think that's a crucial part of it. If it's all about entering 5 different codes and scanning your ID card or something like that, it becomes difficult. So how can you make sure there's going to be a good customer experience when you're collecting the parcel from the robot?
Well, I don't know, Michał, do you want to take it or shall I?
It's actually quite easy, but it all depends on the software, as usually. So imagine that you are only presenting the barcode and the machine gives you your parcel.
And in fact, I can imagine that you've got new contactless ones where you can use your phone. But what I think is great is with a machines don't have bad days. They don't chat with their friend who's popped in. They work the same way every time. And you know, as we did in one of our recent webinars, we checked the NPS on machines, and for the first time in history in Poland, lockers have won versus home delivery in terms of Net Promoter Score. So I think that's really something to think about.
Yeah, so you have a chance to retrieve your parcel during one go for a grocery shopping, right? So you will get it within maybe 5 seconds rather than waiting 2 hours at home for a parcel.
And I'll tell you something, on the other hand, the guy who's there to get his critical ingredient for his dinner, he's not going to be disturbed by a queue of people waiting for parcels. So I think it works pretty well.
Exactly, no one will be kicking you in your back while you are waiting to collect your parcel.
The other critical thing here that I mentioned earlier was about speed of collection. So what kind of speed of collection can you get out of an automated solution? We've already heard what you can expect out of a staffed solution, or you might experience. What can you get out of an automated solution?
I believe you can get it in 5 to 15 seconds. It's just the speed of a robot behind the interface.
That's a little bit shorter than the 4 minutes I had to wait.
Maybe or 2 hours at home.
Well, yeah, I don't wait for home delivery, I'll tell you that's for sure.
For people who want to see a video of this technology in action, well, actually, first of all, we know it's Retail Robotics. What's the name of the particular robot that we're talking about?
We called it Pickup Hero.
So Pickup Hero. So where can you see, if you want to see a video of Pickup Hero in action, where can you go?
Go to Retail Robotics site and the address is?
It's rrobotics.co.
So rrobotics.co, and you can have a look at this machine in action.
Yeah, you can go to Poland, get...
oh yeah, that's the alternative. You can actually visit Poland, get some extremely good vodka, test the machine, and win both worlds, as it were.
I don't know if you have to have the vodka before you test the machine or if it goes the other way. But either way, I'll stick a link below to the website we just mentioned so you can check out the Retail Robotics technology in action. Marek and Michał, thanks for being part of the Last Mile Profits today.
Thank you, and thank you everybody.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you all.